Hello, good morning. I hope you're having a good day or afternoon in Middle Earth. Good evening, nights, or outside there within the timeless zone of ultra space. It is true that this is a channel that's for tech oneself. I'm just talking for the world itself that's running through the creation. There is a creator, and we might gather together to think as the creator. The moment that we divide, we won't be listening to the creation of the creator as a whole, because a part is missing, a part is hurting, a part is having problems, whatever, it does not exist anymore and is within our subconscious, rebellious, but is part of our own, and that part of its own as well feels being left over or being pulled apart, whatever has been an accident or a past story. So we're giving these stories, and we're here to transcend and understand originally what we are. So in this higher form of consciousness, where you might think what I think and I feel for you as well, as we're watching the constellation of this very universe in our planet for the first generation, we will be like, oh my god, who is going to own us? If I let go. So I want to introduce you into the zigzagging. So we puzzle up this map as soon as possible, okay? I love you. I love watching you. You're very important. You're doing a great job. You too. Hey, let's get here. Nobody's gonna take your place. I can assure you that if you keep your place for the next 15 years, maybe if you let others be as well, they won't attack you. The only way that you can keep your place is by allowing those you have put apart to be part of you. And I have to refer to the present moment of 2025, when a year where, for example, Elon Musk wants to do a third party for the American people to vote for, because the left is not able to recognize the people that are really working for the people, not for the party, from the right side, as the right side, to recognize those in the left who are working for what matters most. They have different investments and systems of belief, of course. Some like anal sex, some don't. Some will try until they're stopped. So this is a very cheap blackboard. I have just put a board behind of cardboard. I don't have the strength to carry wooden and put it out of this space. So from all the elements and all these months, we have gathered here together in September to level up to the next degree. And here we are, face to face, screen to screen. This stand has been 2 years in storage for you. I'm not going to explain the beginning of the universe through scientist perspectives or mythological realms. we can do that. If you like to role play, always feel welcome to contact me here, and I am happy to be part of friends who will be able to host the future of roleplay into virtual reality. Yes, I don't care what you've done in real life, really, and you will forgive me for all the insults I have placed on you. Those are just covers, you can wash it away. And trust in me and in the process, yes, of nature. We have evolved until this timeline right here. From heaven to hell, the airs and the celestials, to the nucleus of this planet Earth and all its soil. From left or right, we're right here. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the woman. So no one is ghosted here, okay? This story should never repeat again. We're making our story. Yes, we will continue to read the Bible, and those of all those who've been there for us to be here, honoring those who are still exist. So I will be talking through Tech oneself, not just for the global map, locally and nationally, as I am from Venezuela as well, and that also counts because I am built, born from all the investment of my Spanish family and their ancestors, with the realms of South America, which birthed me as my mother culture. And that is undeniable in me until I die, right? Which it means that we are here sharing this earth, wherever you are in the world, in the time of existence. You will see this planet Earth rotating again and again and again. And some stories which are not repeated anymore, like ghosting women. To repeat the same chapter again. You have so much to expand. And it's not just technologically, but spiritually. Yes, and expansion is sort of like where we like to return or stay there forever. So the zigzagging, when you have one character here and one character there, yeah, and there is the screen, yeah. So you have the first signal, it enters into the other one's screen or space. So it will enter through the door, through a message, through a dream, in virtual reality, all right? Okay, let's not confuse. Through a dream, through an apparition, depending on the character, through a delusion, could be distorted by this character to make a belief. If it's a good story, it might become real, but this character will, the other character will dictate, because it's the first step, right? It will dictate if it's a distortion or a sign or an idea of its own, in its own, unless it's entering with its own person or through a message or a messenger in a horse, a herald bringing a parchment, depending on the verse it is. Because this person is sending the first message, whatever is in a private, in the comments or in the bulletins, it only has the rights to talk about himself, itself, in its own scenario, body and mind. So this one will dictate how the communication is going to its space. That's one part of the zigzag. That is the first message, number 1. There is a pattern, right? Oops, it doesn't come through there. 1. There you go. Número 1. So you already know it. How is moving there, is moving there. You see the timing. You're gonna throw it there, right? That's role play. On any sport you play, that dynamic. Yet, how are you gonna make it till here? Some are just in the moment, but if you want a story to break through, to get this character out, yes, there is a sequence here. Or a transition. And this is why I'm here, to introduce you into the rules and dynamics of how the multiverse works for virtual reality. In the real world, there is no second chance. If you die, you're dead. If you kill so many people, you will have so many people wounded as left because they're part of their families and their culture. So this transition might take longer, yeah? Let's say that we're on 20, 25, all right? So let's say 3 generations. 3 generations of people, could be 4, right? 4 generations as well. But let's give it a number, yeah? And let's place a generation, not from 10 years, because each generation is now born in an year, but from the time I'm born until I die, let's say I die with 100 years, right? Like Prince Philip and the Queen Elizabeth. And my grandfather from Italy in Argentina, whom died with 101. So he had all his family around. I think that's a key to live longer. So let's just put 1, 2, and 3. This is the year 2325. This very move is the same move from here to here. It has 3 movements. You can make them to 4, to 7, to 9, with all the numbers you like, but it has that pattern of that zigzag. One generation has war, peace celebration continue, war against this war, apocalypse, destruction, death, yeah? In this timeline. I don't need to draw it with colors, right? So in these 3 movements of a zigzag, you can be repeating this yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, but you're not going anywhere. You're meeting, which is important because you're engaged, but you are not building another realm as yours that's been a foundation for the next generations, because you want to cement and solidify a path where this should never happen again. Yes? Because we want society as ourselves to be living in a higher consciousness, to be touched by the divine and touch others accordingly. So, you can do it by instinct without having to think too much as well. Right? So, intimacy comes in many verses. What pulls us to have that spark of that destiny? Because we are moving towards something that enlightens us to go forward, right? So you can generate all this for your character and what makes you, right? And if you're very good, the person might reply to you, right? But if the person already feels something like, and you feel an absolute no, no matter what you do, most probably the second is no. But you still have to put another one, because as long as you keep engaging, at least there is a relation. That's known in computers, from stupid to smart people, from children to old age. As long as there is a relation, there is life. Even two neurons are alive when they share. There is electricity moving, right? So could be chasing each other and not really forever. They're in that dynamic. It creates a lot of energy, yes. So you need your own and the other. This one might say, from all this no, a little yes. Because there was something there that you like to go there for some reason, or emotion, or need, or drive, or just because you're passing by and it's an obstacle you need to remove. So the other person doesn't know, has all the rights to be on a defensive and protect itself, doesn't want to be a lord, perhaps. All right. So you naturally will just, play with that. Could be in the facial expression. Did you seem to think that is scanning you and like something from you, even if it's not saying it? All right. And sometimes these dynamics are intuitive, because our intelligence and emotional intelligence and our psychic are creating this shared world, yeah, that might seem divided, but is in a relation there, right? So, and this is the division which unites you and separates you. Yes and no. You like it or not? Can you be all the time like, ugh. So if you give too much to the outside, you cannot make your own, so then you belong to this, yeah? But if it is a powerful player, will like to be very powerful as well. Otherwise, it's just a commodity, a distraction, just for decoration. Not really needed, yeah, but just like, yeah. You can do it alone. You can do one war alone. You can do 10 wars alone. You don't really need everyone. You can just, it's just for the show of the empire. I can do it alone. I don't really need you. Yeah? Just send message to everyone, pop-pong, it works. But you want to have fun. You want to take this theater into another play. So you are already here. Because maybe you come from here. You have a certain idea that if the story moves with more friends, role players, or from the real world, hey, come to the Mediterranean, to the Caribbean, come to India and dance with us. Let's go and invade Gaza with the best DJs of trance in the world and dance before their faces. Yeah, that's a good idea. Why? Because they will think, I need food. I am a martyr, The richest Arab people have invested on this war, so we're victimized. And the world supports victims. That was what it was told to me when I worked in Jordan. It was premeditated ahead. Because they want their land. And they might take 500 years too. It can be 300 or 500 years for the Arabs to enter Europe, America, recover their promised land. So this is in your head, all right? It doesn't exist. We will always have that uncertainty. That's the beauty of the game, playing with others. Yeah? But you are having so much fun with your elements. We have fun with words, with the movement of your body, playing with others, touching in reality, in virtual reality, from the distance, from our deepest sorrows to not being able to provide to our family as we wish, as to see the people in Gaza enjoying their families as well, perhaps, because your friend really cares and talks about them. Yeah. So you heard him and now you say it as well. Would I wish it in another way? Well, I dance Arab music. I love belly dancing. I love Arab food. I love the Arabic world. That's why I went there. So everyone is welcome to dance, as we are also ready to dance your dance. Yeah, that's happened before. So sometimes this first step is so good. There's 3, right? 1, 2. I don't know why the teachers used to do that. Like, yeah, we know. 3. There you go. Now you're all listening to me. You are not allowed to go out there and play. I know you come here just thinking that you want to go out there and play with your friends. And I am your enemy, your hostage here to look at me as a frustrated dictator. That's how teachers are with little kids, You just really want to go and role play with your friends. That's it. I said, yeah, that's what happens. That's why people get psychotic. So prevent with these laws. That'd be nice to sit with people of government, of psychology, psychiatry, of science, biology, and study the character traits as well, to allow people to not get stuck on character. Some people can get mentally ill and believe they are that character. The same is with your ego in real life. And we need to form our ego, because how are we going to be attractive to the other culture, perhaps, or in a question where we are ignited to look for an answer from the other, whatever is reasonable or psychedelic. You're just there, right? So, whatever is premeditated or not, you know, heaven always exists, and hell, and those dynamics as well. You need the passion, the gravity of the theatrics. You've done it again and again. Do it all over again. But you don't want to see your children doing your job now. They have other things to do in their generation. So this could repeat with these zigzaggings, yeah? These zigzaggings. Yeah? So these beats go here, up and down. The yes and no. No, because of that. Yes, because of this. Yes, and no, and there's space in a room and to create in this. But there is that force swirling around. And you might say, what am I doing here with all that? You know, what am I to do? One. Yes. Ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing? From first to last. In therapy groups, they always ask you, why are you here? Because that's the only reason the therapists, international therapists with meditation, needs to know. Because you need to finish that circle of why you are here. So you can conclude. That is an answer for you. I know. But what's the point of having to know everything? You want to play with people. Yeah? You warm them up, make them mad, they're ready to go and play the game. But if it's mental, psychological, and you're using a lot of investment from people, it's energy, you will want people to be responsible. And be free. And respect them as well. If you like them to respect you, right? So that creates patience. It's not up to you. Yeah? This could be finished here, really. Yeah? Here. Where, yeah, in 30 years is a prognostic. 15 years and 15. From one party to the other, building the puzzling of the technological world in a new system where people can pick their own cast of friends and strangers to build a mansion into a village with a new frequency of universal coin. Yeah? But you do what you want with your credit. Yes? It's learning of credit through a new system of banking where the universe around us is providing us to give back. Yeah? Universally speaking, it's not like the universe really is, right? So there are 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Right? But to create the attraction of where you're coming from, there, yes, you need to include the other. So the other one is also attracted. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you've learned your lesson. By experience, you know there are 3 movements, and you already know before, past, present, and future. You have multiple possibilities, but it's always there. It is always there through all the stories. You can call your people to get together, get the best influencers. You can hold hands with the bank systems from around the world, everyone who has value to have their percentage. Finish these cookies so we can see the world at once and everyone posting their own. Thank you very much. And cut. You can do it in 3 days if you want.